There is a story behind every photograph. Some are obvious and dull, but some are dark and mysterious. With historical photographs, it can be difficult to understand their stories because it only takes one generation for society to become almost unrecognizable. This photograph shows a hydrogen balloon shortly after it crash-landed onto ice. It's the result of a failed attempt to reach the North Pole in a gas balloon. The voyage was a complete failure, with all 3 expedition members dying. The expedition was fought up and led by Salomon André, a Swedish engineer. Taking place in 1897, it was just one of many polar expeditions to end in tragedy. This image shows a bizarre monowheel vehicle that actually used to exist. It was taken in 1932, and the driver you see is the son of the vehicle's inventor, known as the Dynasphere. It never became a mainstream form of transport. One of the reasons for this is that you have to lean to your side to see the road ahead of you. This image is from the investigation into the mysterious deaths of 9 people. On the 2nd of February 1959, they set up camp. During the night, they tore through their tents and ran out into the snow as if something was chasing them. Their dead bodies were found not far from the camp. Some of the men had their skulls crushed, and one woman had her tongue removed. The authorities have never been able to determine what happened, but some people think they were killed by the Yeti. Taken in 1936, this image shows a historic building during the fire which destroyed it. It was built in 1854 to house an industrial exhibition. It was the most famous and most grand building of the Victorian era. The fire could be seen raging for many miles. 100,000 people gathered to watch it burn. This image is said to be evidence of an unknown species of ape. The photo was taken by a Swiss explorer in the year 1920. He was in Venezuela looking for oil when he was attacked by a monkey. After shooting it dead, he took this picture. Some think it's a mysterious ape still undiscovered. Others think it's just a hoax. Known as the Titanic Paperboy, this image made its way around the world. It became one of the most iconic images of the early 20th century. The Paperboy died 6 years later as a soldier, just 2 weeks before the end of the First World War. This image captured the moment before the execution of Leonard Sifleit. He was an Australian soldier in World War II. While in Papua New Guinea, he was captured by a native tribe and handed over to the Japanese. The photo was discovered on the body of a dead Japanese officer. This image was published in a book called How the Other Half Live. The book exposed the bad conditions of slums in New York. Taken in 1888, this image is of Bandit's Roost, the most notorious and dangerous part of the city. This is a German U-boat in London. It was after the First World War had ended, when surviving military vessels were captured by the Allies. The boat was eventually sold for scrap. In 1921, it was being taken apart when something went wrong and it exploded. 5 people died in the explosion. In 2010, a man paid $1 for this photograph, but the photograph is now worth $5 million. Because in the image can be seen Billy the Kid. Until now, there was only one known image of the outlaw, but here he is in 1878, playing croquet with his gang.